you're playing another top team right away. So that scenario, it's right back to it.
I mean, props to him though, in the sense like, hell, I said Rocker felt like they deserved to spot more come into the year. I mean, you think about the placements you had in Major 4, Rocker trying to get in, Breach trying to hold on. Breach don't get anything done for the last Major, but you come in, you get that round 1 upset, Thieves already out of it. Now you try to continue rocking and rolling. Can you get back-to-back upset wins? I mean, every win you're gonna get over the course is gonna be an upset more than likely. Can they keep it going, or do Miami Heretics guarantee themselves a 3rd top 3 on the year? The rookies in Rancor and Super have been nothing short of spectacular as they get it going here.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you talk about Boston Breach and their Hacienda, really what you're focusing in on is sort of their subs. When Purge and Snoopy are going in these respawns on Hacienda, good luck dealing with them. So a great start there. A couple more ARs are pushed out, controlling top halls. But Awakening Snoopy fight on back.
So when you look at this just at its base, like, I don't know, gapping people, their ceiling, like you give the edge of the AR department over to Miami, maybe the edge of the subs a little bit to Boston?
I don't know, man. Real's a superstar.
No, that's true. That's
it's
true.
Close.
I guess I was trying to give an edge to Breach. I mean,
yeah, like maybe it's
closer there. It's closer.
Yeah, maybe a little bit closer, but even then, right? Metals yesterday, his best map was on Hacienda.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Nice little win from Snoopy, but I guess I'm just wondering, like, is this more for the upset, more on Breach, you think, for those subs to get theirs, or like do Awakening and Cammy really need to battle against these superstar rookies? Like, which part of that dynamic duo? And the AR and sub department is going to be the most important, but we'll focus about 15 seconds into this P2. Heretics holding on for now. Purge trying to find openings towards that statue, but he'll get dropped as he never gets back to full HP.
Enough of distraction though, right? Allows his teammates off spawn, at least get through the front of the hill, but numbers are gonna be here, and Cammy finds all 3. Maybe there's your answer. The AR stepping up. As Cam finds it, Awakening is there for the trade. A huge multi-kill to get a lot of this time.
Listen, let's not disguise it. Like, Awakening and Cammy have not had the most consistent year. But bro, when they are on fire, when they are playing well, they can hang with the best of you. They're gonna need Gigawake. They're gonna need Cold War Cammy if they're gonna maybe walk away with a win in this series. But they'll take a 20-point advantage when out flip, out towards the P3, set up early and try to hold mid-map. On the transition is Boston Breach, and they're not going to hold much. All they're going to be holding is the gunny, as 2 are going to get shut down, slipping right up through middle. Be Miami Heretics and early into this P3.
Yeah, that was a good job by Boston Breach at that P2, because, I mean, Miami were fighting for the spawns. Purge, though, played his life so well. But as you said, on this rotation, Miami Heretics there with the break, is Real with the double. He's going to find 2 to respond to Awakening's double and tie up this game. They're going to have Purge trying to go on a long route. The rest of the players fight on through, but Metals is going to pick up that flank. Now it's all about the ARs, trying to find that opening pick, but inside a 10 goes Snoopy, and we're just trading back and forth.
Taking down 2 is Rancor, but with that deep guard spawn, Boston Breach able to pinch that out eventually. Just battling for some kind of control. Not able to find a ton until the tail end of this, but now let's focus over to Rock. Metals with the opening gunfight, a little bit of help there from Rancor, so they'll take the first out. They have a 2-on-1 there for now, about to be a 2-on-2. The spawns really coming close to the Heretics players, trying to reinforce to get back into this quickly. It'll just be a contest for the moment on the point. Purge, it's weak. The fact he's at 30 HP and able to get 2, simply brilliant for Boston Breach. Mission set up an early hold.
Yeah, and I mean, well, you just had a bit of an early stagger when those 2 players died. So Breach want to go quickly, right, based on where the spawn locations are, but still fighting for control is Boston. The extra sub is out from Cammy, and yeah, behind the Purge double on 30 HP. They give control to Boston Breach.
That's just how it is at Rock, bro. You can just get lost, find a timing where you're shooting a couple people in the back. Doesn't matter if you're 1 HP sometimes, you can find the opening. So many insane plays here, but for now, Boston Breach enjoying this advantage, looking to eclipse that 100-point mark and get going early. Trying to bust through and break up this time, at least late, will be Miami Heretics, but Awakening wants no part of it. Him and Snoopy will shut it down. The Snoopy multi, the Snoopy triple secures the final couple of seconds as we now set up for our second set.
Yeah, and then right away, you know, Cammy goes on that long route to secure top open. He wants to make sure they have spawns for P2. But it'll be difficult to hold on. You already see through the X-ray. Renkor's going to spawn up fences. So you take that bit of a longer route. Snoopy was able to find that scrap time. But Heretics, they are so tough to deal with throughout the entire map. His medals up to 14. His double keeps them within 25.
And as you said, he was terrific yesterday. He's doing that again here on the Hacienda. Number 5, that's Snoopy, gonna be trying to find an opening, maybe get a kill and flip out spawns. He's able to get one. Gets a little help from his teammates as well. He won't be able to get away, but do they get the spawns? They don't. So they get the hardpoint time, but Heretic's still gonna be spawning back statue. That was a scary moment. I thought maybe Boston Breach had the flip.
Yeah, and I love that play from Snoopy, right? Find one and then just get lost. You see what that does. Everybody's eyes turn, and now, well, you have the double fives for Boston Breach, both taking routes. Snoopy through the water. On the other side, it's Purge again. That's where he was last P2. And well, he's behind Super. And now you're gonna go. Again, it's these long routes that are setting up these pinches, giving you number advantage on rotation. It is up to Metals. I don't know if he's gonna expect this, though. You're gonna have one player spawn up close. Purge with the AR, locking it down.
And what is that sequence from Snoopy earlier when they end up getting 3 kills? It kind of sets that up, right? Yeah. It allows you to take those long routes. You've got time as Heretics are coming off a spawn, and it sets this up. Now, chance to maybe break, or is it going to be Purge, the backbreaker with knife in hand? At least for him, able to get one, but through the front come Miami Heretics. They've got that close spawn, continue to flood in through driveway. Looks like they're going to break this up, try to get some time now with 30 remaining.
Yeah, finally, with the back spawns, with the close spawns. Yeah, 30 seconds remain. You need this 30. You cannot get picked. And Boston, they know how important this 20 is, so they're going to put one more push through the front. Got to be careful here, though. You can already see number 3 in Rentor. He's pushing out. Well, now 5 in a row for Real, and you see the spawns. That is the danger of going at that one more time. Now on rotation, you have 2 hills in a row where you are losing it. There are a couple of players on a spree. You're into your setup now if you are Miami.
Yeah, if you take a look at the slang, like Heretics have the advantage. They're like positive 10 in that department. When's that going to start to turn into a little bit more time? If the guns are hot, do they start to take over? Usually kills start leading to objective time. We'll see if that's the case, or if somebody from Breach can get hot. Purge's multi keeps them battling from the front of the point.
And they're just fighting on the objective, right? It's a couple of P2s in a row where they've done that. Over at that P4 where they found their break. That is where Boston are finding their success in the chaos around these hills. But as you said, is this lane power for Miami going to start to come alive a little bit more at the right time?
It's like,
make the game easier.
It's like if this keeps going, they outslay by like 20. You think that probably leads to a W, right? Even if it's a tight one, it likely leads to a W. So it's much as, yes, I think you're right. Breach have thrived in the chaos. They played around the objective really well. It feels like that starts to build. It starts to wear on you. It's almost like an exhausting play style to try and win.
Yeah, you can't rely on it. It's just so difficult to do. And, well, here's another opportunity for Miami. Again, they did the scrap time. Bunch of kills on rotation, so they're going to have that early setup towards Rock. This time, can they hang on? Not allow a multi-kill to change it for Boston Breach. Snoopy gonna be the opener. Behind Awakening, Purge is trying to find whatever he can. He's gonna be the cleanup man, but he's the last one, and well, numbers. Behind, again, Real, who's on a 5 spree.
Yeah, that's one of those cleanup guys that, yeah, you get the bailout, you get the triple, and suddenly you flip the map on its head. Not gonna happen there. Cruz earned for Real as his streak continues. 7 straight, 24 and 13. You said this guy has been a superstar, and maybe why they'll have an advantage in the SMG department. Well, you're spot on, as he has been prolific throughout this map 1, but we are still battling, and it's a triple now for Metals at Rock. This is where the superstar plays will happen, is Metals taking faces.
And this is what we talked about, right? At some point, are those bailout plays going to continue to happen? You're still very much in the map, though, if you are Boston Breach, due to that play style. Well, it has paid off, but now you're going to be down around 30 points. On rotation, you find those kills if you're Breach, so you're the first player into this P1, and Cammy's going to deal with Metals. Snoopy's going to find Rentor. So you're going to slow the game down a bit, but yeah, I mean, Real, 2 minutes, and he's got the Hellstorm to work with.
We'll see. When does that streak come into play? Nothing called in yet. Snoopy was big in the route department, positional department. You talk about 1 to 2 the last time through. Awakening gets out to 5 straight. Awakening frying right now, shutting it down, playing around the point, and the lead changes. Lumen down 10 and looking to take over. They have P2 spawns. They've got the point. The guns had to get hot for Breach, and this is a great stretch until I curse them right into the ground. 3 are going to drop. Cam going to be the last guy up.
Yeah, now look at the spawns. It's just, again,
tough.
Right. It's just not when you want to die, but they're still alive and they're pushing on forward. So one player may spawn out. That's going to be Metals. You can see he's going to spawn out all the way towards Shed. So numbers are here. Cammy trying to pounce. Finds the first. Eyes onto the second. Duns him again. Boston Breach. They take the lead. Let's hear the comps here for Boston.
Missing one. I don't know who the first guy is. He's in the back. First guy done. I don't see him. I have a sub. Are you taking over? This is taking over. Go back. Go back. Okay. Watch out, Smiles. He's low right side. I'm about to get your side door, Cam. Super low right side. One shot. They're shooting. It's all good. His side door not weak. He's showing. He's in the right corner side door.
Back in front, 2 guys, metal skate. There's 2 on that.
Small wall.
That's one, boys. I'm gonna work the back.
One might be in the back.
Yeah, he could be in the back.
Sorry.
The yellow car head. He
Rouse the secret. On the hedge. Rouse the secret. 2 on time, probably. Nice 1 on time. I got a secret. Both on time.
I'm coming, Joe. Yeah.
Small default. 2 small default. I'm pitching.
Shot close. There's 2 close left. 2 close left. Nice. Easy right side coming up.
Super. Now we got time.
Super no absolute, guys. Okay. Really good. Super.
He's under me.
Urgent. I'm trying to go well.
There's 2 on wall right now. And 10 weak metals.
Super no, boys. Okay. No, he chopped me. Super fuck lobby. He's going secret. Okay? He's pitching well. Super is pitching well. Yeah, let it go, Joe.
Well, watch out, Super. I'm trying out of fence.
Nice, good shit.
Well, yeah, okay, got a fence.
I'm good so far. Yeah, back
up corner still. Back up corner down.
Nice, sir. I'm in 10.
We only hit twice with a pistol. He's really weak.
He's super on time. There's 2 boys, both weak. Mel's on super.
Nice. One more time. Tower side, got pick up your flat bench.
10 boys, yeah. Yeah, I have office, 7. Office. No real, tagged an office, okay?
You're pulling your front, Joe.
Dead. Office dead.
Nice, good shit.
I'm gonna pinch. I'm gonna pinch. Okay, good.
I'm blocking them, boys.
He's on crossing on time. I'm going down.
Yeah, good shit. Nice, good shit.
He's gonna go new for you. He's gonna go on you. First guy real. You can get on you. Get on you.
Could have been fire, boys.
I got.
No, he pitched our top open. Our top office, guys.
Super.
Okay, our top office real.
Absolute office real. Take our time.
Nice,
Take our time, guys. We're good. We got time. Yeah, we got time. I'm stunned, bro.
Yeah.
I'm stunned. Yeah, no trophy, bro. I'm stunned.
I'm stunned, boys. Yeah, I'm then close right. He's got a trophy.
I need one.
Oh, yeah, I'm in one shot. Nice.
We challenge each other. First guy, middle, then super. Iron, bro. We have nothing for you, bro.
Here we go, coming down to a rock hole, but Heretics are in. 12 needed for the win for Breach. 20 needed for Heretics. Heretics in, Heretics holding it, Cammy getting cut down. Away we go, all tied up at 238.
Caught behind Cammy's double boss, so we're gonna have a chance, but right off spawn, all the kills go the way of Heretics. One player trying to go on a pinch, it's gonna be Purge. Finds the first Real though, there for the trade. Heretics holding on, contest still here, but that should do it. Miami does enough here in map number 1.
Woo! A nail biter in the map 1. Absolute banger down to the tail end of it. Man, I love the stretch to the Lissidon too. Like, I thought some really solid comms. I mean, even kind of Purge saying, like, guys, we're okay, take our time. Like, they were up like 13 at that point. Like, we can take our time and set up the break. I thought too, when Cammy got those 2, maybe that would seal it, but Heretics spawning close, flooding, and winning some key gun fights. I didn't see what the slaying margin actually ended up coming down to, so let's check it out.
10, 15, 16, 30. 30 kill difference, and this is a 12-point game.
Well, no.
Oh no, 30 and 30. That's why. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, where did you get that? I was like, where did you get that first 10? Yeah, no, okay, 30 and 20, but you saw
20 kill difference.
Okay, so it'll be 20. But yeah, that's kind of what I've said. Like, if it gets out to like 20, you got to feel like even if it's close, that they're going to take the map. Just some of those kills end up leading to it. But like, hell of a battle for Breach. The fact that this is a 12-point game when you're in the gutter sometimes in the slaying department, but keeping it gritty, battling around the point. It's like some, I don't know, I'm thinking of like old, like a TK or Red Reserve or something type hardpoint. You get outslayed by 20, you're still able to win the game. But Heretics simply a little bit too much down the stretch. And I mean, Heretics are very familiar with close haciendas.
And I mean, honestly, like, kind of reminds me of early Miami. This is what they were known for, sort of this chaos and living in this chaos. But fundamentally, since adding Super, they've cleaned it up. But you still rely on this, and well, you have the players to do it at times. I think the key though is because right here, behind Cammy's double, I mean, you use the streak and that turns into the break. I mean, if you don't have that Hellstorm on Real to get the 4 dead, game might be over right there for Boston. They might win it there. So that spree becomes so important there for Heretics.
And that's another thing that kind of goes with the slang conversation, right? I mean, you're out slang. Sometimes that's going to lead to streaks. Right here?
I mean, just Cammy finds one, he gets the second, and then it just feels like everyone dies. Yeah, we don't have it in the highlights, but
well, it almost looked like it was just kind of a deeper spawn, like how back P2 and you spawn like close boathouse and they just get back to reinforce more quickly. Well, we only saw it for like a second, but that's kind of what it looked like. You just spawn a little bit closer on that side and they're able to fight back through.
Let's go, man, let's go, let's go.
Real's fired up, went on some crazy streaks, earned a streak.
Bro, we just spawned secret, so we can't come to the time, bro. Like,
oh, so secret, that's what happens. I thought they spawned out far, because when they went forward, like we saw them running up like driveway. So they spawned all the way out secret instead of like close by P2. I mean, that's unfortunate, because it's not like anyone's pushed forward on Heretics. Like the one person up is battling back over towards Boathouse. There's like,
whoever clipped that on production, thank you, because that answers our question.
yeah, no, it does. Like that, in the chaos of that, I wasn't really looking at the spawn. I was just focused on the scoreline and the engagements. I didn't realize, so they must have, they spawned twice as close.
Yeah, or maybe like just one of them. That's why Purge goes on that long route.
Yeah,
right? Like you can't get there to help Cammy. Everyone else has to go through garage, but it's a close one. It's a close one. That's Miami's map pick. So if you're Boston, you know, you're very much in it, but now all eyes on this Hacienda Search and Destroy.
Yeah, that's brutal. Just spawning out a little bit deeper amidst the chaos and ends up costing you. But Miami walk away with it. We stay on Hacienda for the next two, as you stated. And yeah, for Breach, I think it was kind of, Ant really touched on it yesterday in the lead up to the matchup versus Thieves. They love Hacienda Search and Destroy. They can be so good there. We saw that. What do you think about Breach makes them good at Hacienda Search?
Well, I just think they have a lot of different looks, right? You know sort of the pressure that Snoopy and Purge play with, right? And that just opens up so many avenues. You can play aggressive top halls, through bottom middle, and it keeps your opponents on their toes. Sort of, what do we want to do? How do we want to play this? But since the addition of Super, I feel like Miami sort of changed the map a bit, right? Especially on their offense. Just right, they would go top office, plant backside of the bomb. So this should be a fun map to watch between both of these.
Yeah, we saw them getting creative the second he was put into the lineup. Shot caller for them in Search and Destroy, and he's going to be so important for them here. They survive the map one, maybe blessed a bit in the map one, but you know what kind of sets up blessings sometimes? Outslaying, earning streaks. I mean, as much as you may talk about the spawn at the tail end of that, the streaks what put them in position to be able to win it. Some great stretches from some of their superstars. On Breach now, you refocus, you try to bring it back. I mean, you heard the comp from Purge, but seems kind of unfazed. I mean, these young players, like, it sucks, it happened, but let's focus now on map two.
Yeah, they know how close they were, just a 12-point game. And yeah, a lot of great plays from the entire squad, just not enough to deal with Heretics on Hacienda Hardpoint, but we're going to Search and Destroy.
I'm glad you called who it was on the flank, because I pointed to it, but then it was one of the number fives.
Yeah, it was double number five?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love that. Hey, it could be triple.
This could be your fault. Because you did say the first two matches yesterday were
the first two series we had no issues with the scoreboard, and I was like, oh man, maybe something was fixed. I was wrong, okay? And I jinxed it, and it's my fault, and Chance still hates me. Okay. Map two, Snoopy right into it, so many in front, he somehow gets both. There is a team kill, so it's a 2v2 for a moment, and then it is not. Snoopy with two, I think Cammy with the final two, hit you in your mouth and take the round quickly.
I mean, you asked me sort of what Boston does on this map, and this is what they do. They have a lot of different looks where they go quickly. Well, they just force you to have to make a lot of mid-map adjustments. Now, they are sort of prone at times to go up like, 3-4-1. And then guys like Purge or Snoopy, they start to get caught, or maybe they slow down, and then those leads get away from them.
Yep.
But they are very much a team that gets out to a hot start in Search and Destroy on this map.
Well, it's probably one of those difficulties everybody has. Like, yeah, you get out to a hot start, everything's working, then like, your routes don't work. So like you said, you slow it down, you second guess things, and suddenly you blink and you're in a 4-4 game. We'll see how they play it out if that ends up being the circumstance. But for now, it'll be Heretics just trying to answer back and even us up at 1-1. Metals looking for his opening out towards bottom office.
I mean, they have no idea he's here, right? Awakening is Boathouse. You're gonna back up now if you are Awakening. And well, I mean, we've all been there.
That was not fun to watch, just punching air, punching ghost. But 2-2 versus 2. As Real drops, things get a little bit more difficult. All on the Rookie of the Year in Rancor to make a play. Eyes on one, tagged up and dropped. Purge with the closer. But that situation there with Metals and Awakening, just like an awkward situation. I think that was a panic melee into panic. Like, it just led to more panic.
Yeah.
Listen, we've all done
got scared.
We've all done. No, I mean, you know me, as I'm 40, but like when I panic melee, it's always because of jump scare, bro. Like I don't expect someone to be somewhere and it catches me. Like
because you drip your control.
Oh yeah, I grip up, I tighten up, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Twisted, dude. I don't know, twisted. So's Metals apparently.
Might be a little bit more twisted.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Oh, Cammy, starting out 3-0, Breach up 2-0.
I mean,
it's a similar
strat. Yeah, it's the same exact strat. Well, Awakening's gonna find one, but Real's gonna switch up the round. He's gonna find a double, gets away with his life. But bomb is planted. So what does Purge find?
Yeah, I think it's all gonna be on him.
Yeah, they both just need to play their life. At least find one when they find the trio of Miami running around. And well, even better, it's clean for Snoopy.
And then Purge pounces. The sub duo taking over. Purge finessing. He knows he's caught in between both, and he'll get shut down. Lovely little 2 versus 3. If it weren't for Real's play, that's probably a more decisive round, but he makes it interesting.
I mean, we're a minute 43 total game time.
Oh yeah, we're cruising.
We are just flying, and yeah, this is what Boston does. Into the chaos they go. But just great little play there. All right, even in the 2 versus 3, you have the confidence to put that bomb down and just sort of trust in your playmaker. Snoopy's able to find the first. That allows the opening for Purge to come on through. They made that look easy.
Oh yeah, I mean, as soon as you got that first pick clean, like you said, I just, yeah. That makes that very, very winnable. Tilts the odds in their favor massively, and they close it out. Pressure to Heretics now to get something going. But okay, this is into that, like you said, Breach go up early sometimes, adjustments happen, and it slips away. We'll see if that ends up being the case.
It's on Purge again. He's a shark. But actually, they're not going to plant the bomb, so they're not going to plant. They're going to push on through. So they know something's...
Someone else in the water. Someone else in the water. It's Real behind him. Ooh.
And now you have to wait for Rencor to get involved. But that may not happen. The stun's going to hit Metals. Everyone is going to hunt him down. And well, Rencor was watching the flank. I think he thinks they're going to just plant the bomb B, but someone makes the play call to go.
That was nearly a nasty little backslide and win for Metals, but Cammy simply too hot right now. Rencor slides in between everybody, and Boston Breach up 4-0. So, okay, that's what you kind of talked about after the round 1.
I think he's like, what just happened that round?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Catching me off guard.
Water out on top of a water out on top of chaos. Boston Breach, Miami Heretics. And, well, just kind of what Hacienda can lead to sometimes across all modes. Feels like you're playing hide and seek.
Yeah, but again, like a lot of the times when you don't see anybody towards B, you just take the planet for the attacking team. Miami, they try to maybe catch them on rotation. Maybe they think it's like a 4A hit. They're going to wrap on back. Let's get into a better spot, but does not work out whatsoever.
I know you're always like a plant the damn bomb guy.
Yeah, they've always kind of switched it up a bit.
Yeah. Hard to fault them with their S&D record, right? Double chow goes the way of Boston Breach. Sliding into each other. Snoopy trying to stay up and hopefully maybe trade one out. Not going to happen. Cammy, 1 versus 3 opportunity. He's had some nutty plays from Vincent. And I thought he had another one.
He hit the slide. I mean, that was so fast to hit the slide.
I think back to that control clutch he had. Like, he get him to fences. This guy levels up.
Yeah, just depending on this timing, we're going to see it from Metal's POV. I mean, he just does not think he's going to hit that because he's still in a gunfight.
Yeah.
And, well, you have to readjust right there. And, well, you know how it can be. Those close-range gunfights, you get the aim assist. Hell of an effort there from Cammy. But, yeah, this second one on the Super is so quick. Yeah, almost catches Metals.
Oof. Yeah, that slides a little bit tighter, or like Metals a little bit closer on that push. He might just camera the hell out of him there, but good use of the hip fire. Nice readjustment there from Metals to make sure one doesn't slip away. You finally get around. Now the Heretics start to make some adjustments here.
Yeah, but it's a better call from Boston. You're all here. Your stun misses, so I don't know if you expect a four-man push. But you just push through top halls, and now you're controlling the B-bomb site.
Shutting it down, no opening there, and you see Boston Breach just flying together, dude. Look at this. Look like a snake on the map. They're just going. Is it going to end up costing him, though? Purge is going to get shut down for free. The play call not really going to work out, or is it? Awakening at least able to bring it back, give them numbers again.
Yeah,
I
looked
thought,
a little scary.
Yes, no, I thought that was
a little
real
too
sketchy.
fast, a little too fast.
When I saw them line up just in all three
We're
hitting
on
secret,
defense.
I was like, where are we going, boys?
They're playing a different game mode.
Oh, that looked insane.
Still that man advantage. Nice trade there from Awakening.
Yeah, thank God he got one. Otherwise, I would have been like, all right, someone's cracked in the comms. Like, guys, trust me. Just line up and follow me. Oh, heard it. Second guessed it, but yeah, you heard it. Super now. 1v3. S&D specialist. Can he clutch up?
Someone's just going to run away. Yeah, that's going to be Awakening.
No time to go. No play to be made. Breach up 5-1.
And just another quick counter there from Boston Breach. Right, you go to the B bomb site last time, you finally give up A. If you were Miami and they just say they're probably going to go for it again, maybe this time they'll plant the bomb. You heard the stuns right over the top. They catch the first blood. Nobody challenges them top hallway. So far, so good here for Boston.
I mean, if you gave me these two stats, I'd probably know how it was going. The first blood count, 6-0 in favor of Boston Breach. Poor Metals is 1-5. He's been blooded 4 times. So, yeah, you have not been finding any success in the early going. No first bloods to mention. Metals has been taken out of its solid map. 1 to help them get the win, but no success here. Defensively, you got 3 people here. Ready to swing. Do they go into the blender? How does it end up playing out? One-on-one for numbers. Both players going to reevaluate that for now. So
yeah,
we'll stop at a 2v2.
Thought Super was going to get caught. He backs down. So heads up play from him. Just
who do you think got blooded in that?
Poor Metals. I looked over. Poor guy's just having a tough one.
7 first bloods for Breach. Yeah, poor Metals. He's first guy in. That's just how it's going to play out sometime. First one to eat bullets. Picking a corner. 1 versus 1 now. Super trying to chase it down. Cammy wiggling away. 1v1 for the map. Super's got the read though. Super's got the equipment. Super's got the clutch. Heretics stay alive.
Even like a small detail there, right? Super doesn't slide, so you don't see the slide animation above you, right? If you are bottom Seeker, it doesn't give up his position. Stays on his feet, gets the SMG, and yeah, great read there from Super.
Gonna need a lot more of those reads.
Yeah, I'm just curious if they I mean, it's tough to do on defense to slow it down, but on offense where you can really dictate the pace, just sort of go for a bit of a spread. They almost catch him in the last round after they lose Metals. They're gonna do that here, or again, just go for this 4-man chow on some side of the bomb, or side of the map.
Let's see. Looking like we're challenge top halls together. Well, no, 2 challenge top. They're trying to get 1 across bottom mid. That's gonna be the play. They chow that to get Purge through. Purge
Metals doesn't see anything, right? You're hoping maybe he catches a glimpse of Purge. Oh, they turn. They turn right away, though.
Well, it doesn't end up working out. Awakening with 2, Purge with 1. Metals last guy up. Metals put down. It is a 6-2 victory here for Boston Breach. Dominant from the get-go in Search and Destroy on Hacienda. I don't think any team wants to play them there right now.
I mean, even that last round, the timing of it, right? Because you're planting the bomb, a couple of players are picking up the flank. As soon as Awakening gets the kill on the player on the bomb, the other 2 turn around. That opens up the avenue for Purge, puts the game away. And yeah, you said it, just a dominant Hacienda Search and Destroy team.
First Bloods 8-0 in favor of Boston Breach. They had the right play calls on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. They had the reads, they had the plays. They don't allow any of those insane plays to come out of Heretics. I mean, they kind of gapped them when you talk about the slaying department, maybe skill department, a little bit in the map 1. Not going to be the case here. And I feel like as good as like Snoopy and Purge have been for them in Search and Destroy, I don't know, like Cammy's like in his bag, this team is different. Like that guy, he dials back the clock sometimes and he is just not missing.
Yeah, and I mean, him and Awakening right there, they're just slowing down somebody like Super who has such a good read on the map, right? Your multi-kill AR and Rencore, he can't get anything going. So yeah, big gunfight wins from those guys.
And I feel like this is good as Heretics have been in Search and Destroy. This is like a tough matchup just because how Breach like to play kind of. Like, at least that's how I view it. Like Breach are just unpredictable in many ways.
Yeah.
They like the similar to how I guess I view Heretics is playing with like letting Real get loose, find timings, make these same plays. Like I don't know if it's gonna be Purge or Snoopy, but one of them is gonna be doing it. So far, though, I mean, they get that map 2 win, but that's their pick.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, just sort of, you know, you have a couple other options there, but Miami go for Hacienda, and it doesn't work.
Well, we stay on Hacienda. That's going to be the map 3 as well. But before we get to the control, before we get to the swing game tied up 1-1, we're headed to a break. Do not go anywhere.
Good job, bro. Good job.
The Scuffed Call of Duty collection is $30 off this weekend only. Visit scuff.co/CDL to upgrade your game with a Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League. On match day, everything matters. What you focused on the night before, how you slept, what you ate. Players gather in the arena, ready to go toe-to-toe, fueled by the dedication, passion, and love of the sport. The mind has to be focused, clear, locked in. Any unknown variable can mean the difference between winning and losing. And when you have your pride on the line, every decision has to be perfect. Every movement calculated, and every shot on target. If you want to be remembered here, you have to make them believe. Scuff has been a proud and passionate supporter of Call of Duty esports for 14 years, and enables you to play like a pro.
Welcome back to the continued coverage here of the 2025 CDL Championship. View of Boston Breach as they look to get loaded here into map 3. For control for them, it's been a tale of two teams, Jekyll and Hyde. There's been these bright spots, these couple month stretches where they've been a very good control team. But for most of the year, They've been a very bad control team. Hell, they got a win though yesterday. What, both teams played Vault yesterday for the dub?
Yeah, both teams play Vault, so that's why you're going to see the switch up here from Miami. They're going to opt to go in towards this Hacienda control. Got pretty much saying, like, all right, you took down LA Thieves. We're not going to mess with you there. Not going to give you that chance.
Yeah. Maybe we don't head to that one. But excited to see how this is going to play out. We're all square. Remember, this is for a chance into the top 3. Did not think that was going to be the conversation, really, for Boston Breach. Miami, obviously, conversation. They have 2 top 3s, they have a top 4. They've had one hell of a year, but Breach, couple maps away from just an insane finish to, I don't know what to call this year, because when you compare it to the year prior, this has been a big success.
A great success, yeah.
It has, but when you compare it to expectations of maybe a top team, it's not great, but that's not really the expectation with them. So there have been a lot of improvements, and maybe you found some pieces for the long haul. The fact is, these guys have stuck it out since the last event of our 2024 season, and they're continuing to fight here at the tail end of this one.
And well, I mean, the fact is now you're going to get to the back half of this series, maps 4 and 5, where you win a Hacienda versus Miami. Now you're going to play them on a rewind, potentially a proto search and destroy, where you don't have a lot of reps recently with Super on those maps if you are Heretics.
We'll see how much the reps are going to matter for Super. So far, not much, because he is beaming out early. Pushing up well side will be that number 4 in Real, who's going to look to pick his targets. Well, he's going to pick Cammy. Unfortunately, it was the hot hand from the search and destroy, so no opening there for him to leak through defensively. You got to push out the multiple spots right now if you were Breach.
Yeah, you can see the arrows, right? They know Snoopy is somewhere. They haven't seen that name in the kill feed. He's going to be pushed up, so avoid top office. But now you have to deal with the rest of Boston Breach. They're able to get out of their spawn, and then, well, they're going to find a couple of kills. And now you're just going to 3-stack this early. You have Awakening pushed on up, and they're pretty much saying, hey, come and Chalice on the point. We want to take this fight. It's Rentor, it's Super, now getting involved over towards B.
Haven't quite closed it out, though. Still fighting here. Purge, I swear he's been hit to 10 HP 2 or 3 times and still survives. Finally, he'll get shut down. That's the retake for Heretics. They'll survive on B for now, as 1 tick still going to be needed. We'll see how the next push is going to come in for Breach. They're going to spawn out towards B2, ramp it up through Rock. The one person ramp it all the way back well will be Cammy, who from that position kind of dealt with the aggressive player in Real, and will be trying to do probably something similar again here on the other side of the map.
Yeah, I think you get really bad timing, though, if you are Real. Yeah, you looked well, but Cammy, he was already behind the fence, and now it's going to be a 3 dead. So 18 seconds left, but this B point, I think, should be done. Maybe you go at this one more time. Maybe Real tries to contest, but he's going to get cut down. Awakening his top halls, controlling flat. He's going to almost find the 3rd, but there's the info. Now it's a transition play over towards A here for Boston Breach.
Transition is right onto A they'll go. Already close to getting that first tick, and that should be coming here in a matter of moments. That'll be the first tick in. Right back over to Awakening, the hot hand to help them hold plat and get B. Tries to stay on his belly and lock it down, but as he gets picked, once again, a retake here for Heretics, but they haven't been able to really pin Breach at all. There's always been somebody out, somebody being a thorn to the side, someone keeping you honest. Right now it's Purge.
And they're just, yeah, they've been able to get out, and they've gotten out as a team. They're trying to play almost like that Hardpoint, right? Just chaotic around the objective. They still have that 5 life advantage. Well, number 7 in Cammy out spawn. He's just going to try to stay alive. Snoopy, he's going to get caught. Awakening, he just wants to pause the clock for as long as he can. And maybe deal with 1 player off a spawn. Him and Cammy both win gunfights.
They've been winning some big ones. They've been winning some big ones. Chance to close it out, as you said. You're going to lose Snoopy. Got eyes in position on multiple, though. Cammy wins that one. Hits a slide to help out his teammate take the fight. Purge there finally to trade it out, and yeah, you'll take trades all day with the life advantage you have. 9 versus 2 now. Here come the final 2, and they get chopped down on the crossfire. Boston Breach take the offense, and I mean, a couple of things. I mean, I don't know, like Cammy dealing with Real a couple times as he tried to push up well side. The route Cammy took when the rest of the other 3 kind of, it was that rock side push and spawn, right? He wraps it the whole way out, finds an opening. That's what leads to the A capture. I don't know what specifically kind of put this one away for Breach for you.
I think when they got out, it was always clean. Like, it was 3 to 4, right? I feel like a lot of the times when you're pushing up through either side of the map, it feels a little bit messy.
You lose a player or 2.
Right,
yeah.
So you can't put 2 to 3 players on the B point. You rely on 1 player, maybe a couple of players on offense, or dealing with players in spawn. It just feels, I don't know, you're all over the map. That time for Boston, when they got out, it was everyone.
And it felt like when Heretics got that 3 dead, it was like clearing the point, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't the wave after that to really apply pressure or get to some of their power positions or, you know, your nerdy spots, your ratty spots. And the times they did, they got sniffed out. Real is not finding the openings he wants. Rancor struggling as well. We'll see what Metals can find. Wow, dude, Candy's snapping right now. Him and Awakening winning some insane ones with the ARs close range. Just pausing it here for a second. But it seems like when they need a kill, they're just not finding it. Boston Breach have got Heretics out of sorts here early.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is kind of what I mean, right? You have one player pushed on out. Everyone else is going to try to get here. Rialdo finds one, so a big kill for him. He'll at least pause the clock. The rest of his teammates, I don't know if they are going to get there. Metals does find Snoopy, so it's all up to Awakening. Everybody else off spawn. Great individual play here from Real to keep his team in this round.
100%. They needed a clock pause. They need the extension eventually, but they needed everything, and he's giving it to them. Now we get into the fight. Big battle going down. Rancor and Real able to line it up. Metals in the party as well. That'll be the second tick, and most likely will be the capture. Real, snap-a-doodle-doo. Cammy gets put down. Now, how does this transition play out as they have just turned up to another gear?
Yeah.
Everyone in Breach getting put in a body bag.
I mean, they're just a step ahead. They know that they're all going to go to rock off spawn. And well, I mean, look at the streaks for the side of Miami Heretics. It was 12, 13 kills in a row. And it looked so good for Boston. It was just Real out. He gets 1, 2 kills. Metals was able to find one, and then they all make the plays from the point.
No, dude, it feels like even, I know it's, I mean, different than the map one, but like, it's like this gritty, kind of grinded out from Boston Breach in the respawns. And for Miami, just these moments, bro, where just thunder hits and they just take over. That stretch was unbelievable. They lost control, figuratively and literally, there within that round too. Brilliant from Miami. Wow. All right, so 1-1. So far, all offense.
I wonder, did they get any Hellstorms there too, right? With all the objective work they were able to do.
Kind of close, yeah.
Feel like they have to be close, but Snoopy's gonna find 2. The problem is all of his teammates died.
Well, thank God he at least gets 2, so you're not just 4 dead, pinned in immediately. He's still going. And finally, he's gonna get put down. I think maybe he bought enough time to get the boys up to support. Not quite to support, but at least gets them out.
They got nothing.
Okay. No Hellstorms. Thanks, observers, for the check. Yeah, another spree's got that high, but you're right. Like, that just, it was so quickly from B to A. It felt like multiple players survived kind of both objective holds. Snoopy Hunt. Did he get there and save his teammate? Not quite.
Yeah, but he gets a kill and it allows his teammates off spawn and getting in the top hall. So they're going to be on this B point, pausing the clock. Slaying with Miami Heretics, and now you're in a situation where you're almost 4 dead if Rancor doesn't find that trade. Another player going to shift on over and Purge to start to work that objective. Awakening, deal with players off a spawn. And well, this has been all offense so far here on Hacienda.
It is continued. Who walks away with an eventual defensive stand? They'll clear this, maybe clear all of it. And they will. Metals there with the read. That final tick, all but clear. Maybe a little bit of juice left in the tank. Awakening, though, just continues to win gunfights, whether it's a sub in hand, an AR in hand. And the young man Snoopy out to 17 and 11, trying to close out the point here. Cammy going to be the help on the other side of it. Needs to at least walk away with 1. He's able to do that. Purge will give you a double. You've got the extension. You're up 5 lives again. Pretty similar to last time. If you close out the point, you're up 5 lives.
And again, just like you just have no map control if you are Miami Heretics. When you are finding 3 dead, it's them off the objective. It's very similar to round number 1.
It is.
And right, you already are then pushed forward. You see what this is doing to the life count for Miami, because yeah, they want to try to put them in the trap. That's the only way they can win this round, and well, they're getting caught sprinting. As Boston Breach looking to go up 2-1.
Dude, what is this from Boston Breach? Closer and closer to a winner's final, but they need one more round here to take the 2-1 edge in the series. Can they get the defensive stop? I mean, it looked pretty solid for them for about a minute. And then, yeah, when Heretics found their volley of kills, it was like 3 straight waves of kills where they might have lost a player or 2. How do you stop that from happening? How do you just avoid getting in the blender? Just slow it down for a second, just take a breath?
Yeah, I think, well, it obviously starts with the break-offs, right? Because Boston Breach then are, we even saw it from Snoopy, right? He's just getting a couple of kills that allows his teammates off spawn to just get pushed up, and then it's that next fight that Heretics, yeah, they just can't find.
Well, I'm more mean on the other side, like in this one, like that tear the Heretics went on, like how do you avoid that again if you're Breach? Like where you just get cut down 4 straight spots.
Well, you just can't allow anyone to make that play if you are in Real. And well, you're gonna have a chance here, right? 4 dead, there's nobody pushed on through. So they don't have to worry about that right now.
That's true, not yet, but they did in the first minute last time. Hello. Okay, well, maybe the knock-knock didn't work out quite as Purge expected it to. Cammy though, movement's clean. Gunny not good enough. But there's always one more person here.
Well, here's that chance. So it's gonna be Real again. He's gonna have the 1 versus 1. He doesn't have a lot of help. The only player going to be super full right now through connector. Everybody else trying to get there through well. I mean, just Real. Props to him and what he's doing on offense.
Yeah, I mean, just staying alive there, you see, like, eventually enough time goes by that Purge's like, I have to look well. Like, his teammates are coming. He gets put down. But yeah, Real gives him a shot here to get it done. Still break opportunity for Breach as they're still on the point clearing it for now. The respawn, getting the reinforcements back into the fray. Numbers to Breach here for a moment, and Super may be in trouble as he's snipped out. He's just gonna go ahead and push forward. Hope he can maybe find a timing. Nice gunfight win at range there against another SMG and Snoopy.
Yeah, Real's pushed up again. He's gonna be with him inside of 10. You have 1 player fences in Awakening. There's that gunfight, and the guy's just not losing his ones at fences right now. That's gonna be 3 dead. I'll make it all 4. This should be the same exact thing we have been seeing so far throughout this map.
I swear to God. And Metals is getting kills. Metals getting multiple on the other side of it.
And he's staying alive, all 3 dead. It's gonna be 4 dead again.
Oh, Snoopy makes sure it's not 4 dead, at least for now. Can Snoopy do something miraculous to give his teammates a chance to get back into this? Rancor is gonna get damage into what felt like 2 or 3 players. A huge moment for Boston Breach to make sure the same thing that happened to him in the previous defensive round doesn't happen here again. Nice gunfight win from Awakening.
I mean, I think if Metals wins that round, it's done. So yeah, you nailed it. Awakening, he keeps them alive. You saw the reaction there for Metals. He's thinking he has that 1. But yeah, keeps it scrappy. Only a 4 life advantage, a minute to work with. So a set of kills go your way. Pressure is on if you are Heretics.
Super, the super rat. Oh! Okay, it wasn't as scary as I thought it was. He still got 77 HP, but I thought the super rat got 180'd. He didn't though. He gets the kill. First bit of progress through. Rancor getting easy pickings out towards the spawn for Breach. Cammy's gonna get caught. Purge keeping him alive though. Second tick almost here for Heretics. Just tucking away, trying to rat up, but this rat being sniffed out. Purge is still elusive and finding picks. That number 8 on the map continues to hunt. Unfortunately, to lose all of his teammates. Now pressure for Purge to get something done on the other end of it. What's the timing gonna be like for him? Has to hope his teammates can clutch up. He's able to spread the reinforcements thin. Snoopy is able to clutch up on the other side, and Purge is still staying alive. Dancing, finessing, calling out for his squad. 20 seconds to go, half a tick needed.
Yeah, I mean, if this is like it was a 9 versus 4. If you have all 4, maybe you have a chance. It'll be difficult now. Miami's gonna try to pick you apart, and that's a massive one there from Rancor. Now you're gonna pause it, you're on the objective numbers. You think this should be a little bit too long, or is it? Hold up! So close, there might have been still some time. I don't know if there was.
Bro, that would have been real close. If Purge pulled a quad there, my clothes were coming off, so that would have been disgusting out of Purge, but he's plus 10. He'll have the best play, but it'll be Heretics that take the round. It's been all offense so far. The offensive spree continues now into our final round.
Now, that's the question. Who's got defense? I mean, this reminds me of like stage 1, major 1 Hacienda. And what you can see, Boston's gonna have defense. So Miami, they're gonna start on attack in this round 5.
The break off can be so important. Always in control. Who will get the edge here in the crucial round 5 break? Trophy eaten. Snoopy's hungry. Wins that opening one-on-one. It is quickly traded out by Metals. Real has been the playmaker here towards B time and time again for this squad to set them up. Nice win from Cammy. Good utility usage to keep them there. Real just nearly gets ripped.
Well, he's going to be in this position again, right, where he's just hoping to buy time so his teammates can come off a spawn and get to that 50-yard line.
If it's not for a play from him in each of those rounds, though, like this is probably a quick defensive hold.
Yeah.
Can they stop him from doing it? Can they stop him from doing it?
It might not be Real. This time it's going to be Metals.
Yeah.
He lost the first one early. The nade was going to connect onto Cammy. Does he buy enough time for Real to get involved through Office? But he's just all tagged up. So you're all over the place right now if you are Heretics.
Maybe panicking a bit. Time is ticking. 40 seconds to go. A multi from Super will keep them in the fight on the front line, waiting for the reinforcements out towards Rock and P2 side spawns as they're trying to get back in. But you've had the numbers here for Boston Breach. You've held up to the 30-second mark. You're up a couple of lives.
Oh, what is this timing like? Oh, that's a great calm because, yeah, maybe you miss him. If you were Awakening, it looked like he was gone. Had some good timing, was in a flank connector, but a time comes in, he picks it up. So you're making some progress. You have some forward control, but the problem is you need a time extension if you are Miami.
Super again. Finding them in pairs. Can he win it? Not gonna happen. Cammy's got a sub out too, and the movement is there for him. Numbers starting to thin out. That's gonna be 3 dead for Heretics. Only person close. It's his POV right now. It's Rancor.
Everybody else off spawn. They're gonna have to play for top ball control. Persia spawns to find one. 12 seconds. There's only 2 players at Metals Real. What can they do?
Metals. Oh, not gonna find anything. Will be tagged up and dropped. Real not able to find the success he has found. Can this be the moment? It will not. He's traded out. They shut it down. Boston Breach a map away from a guaranteed top 3 here at Champs. I don't know what the shit's going on this weekend, but all right, let the chaos continue.
No idea. But yeah, the 2-3-5 so far for Boston Breach has been perfect. They keep it up here in winners round 2.
Hardpoint. Oh, well, we're done with the spree of Haciendas, though. We get a little bit more interesting as we get deeper into this series, but man, it just felt like the control game in control. Like Boston Breach more often than not had control, right? Like there were just those moments, those slip-ups, or the Real playmaking ability where all of a sudden like it'd be insanity for Heretics and they take over, but it almost felt like, I don't know if you talk about like a football game, like whether it's soccer or football, like the time of possession, or it just felt like Boston Breach kind of won that. Maybe not the best analogy, but like that's kind of how it felt. Oh, we got Nameless here flicking us off because we were roasting him for his breach pick, but so far it's looking good.
I was just surprised they all went off.
No, the whole desk, yeah. It's like if one of them picked it, I get it, but
yeah, I get it.
I mean, he's been the biggest Giga supporter. I've got a Purge tattoo basically at this point, so I probably should be picking him too. They're up 2-1. We'll look through some of the highlights before we load into the map 4.
Yeah, it was all offense until round number 5. And normally in control, it's the opposite. But round 5 defense goes Boston way. And yeah, you had nobody out for Miami Heretics. And it was just Metals a couple of times who was able to get to that B point, but couldn't make any plays.
Awakening had so many big gunfight wins where they couldn't get that slang edge throughout the hard point. They were kind of dictating that for the most part through this. It was really just Real that was finding success at a lot of moments, but yeah, in the round 5, they were able to shut him down. A wild one here. I thought Purge was about to pull off the impossible. I don't know how much time was left. Maybe around 10 seconds, something after that. I don't know what it was coming down to. I probably should have paid attention there at the end, but
I think it was like 6 seconds. I don't know.
Was it 6? No, probably not. Probably not. It was 6.
Sorry.
They're fired up.
Come on, man. Come on.
Boston Breach on the brink of another upset. A chance to take out top 3 teams back-to-back. I mean, already this has been more successful than you look back to like the last times they were able to get upsets in round 1.
And this is what kind of happens, right, in this matchup. They haven't played a lot, but Miami, who they love to play ball. You veto 2 vaults. Now you're going to a rewind hardpoint, a protocol search and destroy. you just don't see it often from this team on these maps. Usually they're playing everything else.
Well, now it's when you think about like the month of prep you had leading into this.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's not forget, right? Sunday's a best of 9, so you were very much, you needed a bigger map pool.
No, you absolutely do. I mean, teams are working on their map pool in a big way, but it's just been upset central so far this weekend. We take a look at some of the map 1 stats. Real, a dominant performance. He earned a massive cruise, a streak that was huge in getting the victory there. He had a ton of time at the Hardpoint. I mean, that was a LeBron-type performance, honestly, in that map 1. It was monster numbers out of Real. But can he do it again in the map 4? Because we're going to get to the breach pick in Hardpoint. This is where they look to close out. And if they don't, they're like, all right, we're 2-3-5 squad. 2-3-5.
No, 100%.
Which is what we thought for kind of Miami for a long time, but the Hardpoint has improved steadily.
Yeah, these guys are just, having some fun, playing their game, no pressure on them whatsoever.
Yeah, so far it feels like the teams with no pressure cruising this weekend. But awesome to see. I just love, listen, I mean, who doesn't love a good team change? There's been a lot of this year, but then there's the part of my heart that's like, listen, these guys have stuck it out, bro. They've stuck it out. They believe in each other. They battled. Why not? Why not? Breach. Trying to make a run into a top 3 for the first time all year, for the first time in a long time. If they can do it. Look at the last 5 Hardpoints. Haven't been finding a lot of success, but you've had a couple of nail biters mixed in with a couple of blowouts. Can they get the dub here? I mean, listen, you can keep it scrappy, but you're looking to not get outslaid by 20 here in the map 4.
Yeah, not on a rewind. Where rotations are so important. It was a little bit more like traditional COD.
Can't make it as messy, not as easily. Away we go. Breach, Heretics, map 4. Breach win, and they will move on into a winner's final. Break off, though, looking good here for Heretics. Strong start for them, and right into the Hardpoint. As Cammy's looking for an opening, he's going to find nothing. Picture perfect from Heretics so far.
Yeah, they don't flip spawns. Well, you're going to get some splits. You get off that hill. You're going to pick it up, though, but yeah, you pretty much know they're coming from everywhere. So you are just going to get hammered if you are Boston, or if you are Heretics. And now Boston Breach, 20 seconds left. You still have P2 spawns.
Yeah, what looked so bad early with the first couple waves could end up great. You get all this time, you get spawns. Be in a good position. Nice little double there from Rancor, though, to kind of break things up, but you still have that backside P2 spawn so far. They'll try to rally over from street, but there's going to be an immediate pressure from Heretics now towards the point. Super tough gunfight. Thought it maybe gets to a sneaky spot, but does get spotted and shut down as the battle commences here at P2.
Yeah, nobody's really going on a route if you're Heretics. You're just fighting through the front. You're trying to flood through blue. The problem is, though, you're not winning the gunfight. Snoopy pulls out an extra AR. He's able to cut down 2. He's now on the hill.
Soaking up time and finding kills. With that little bit of space you got in the last wave, it allows you to kind of spread the map a little bit out towards street and find angles. It's exactly what Purge and Awakening are able to do. This has been clean time over the last 15 or so seconds. This has been perfect. This Awakening with a little backside wins that on 2 HP. What a stretch. Up 20, 15 to go. We'll now try to get into the setup for next as Real's chopping him down mid.
Yeah, nice couple of kills there for Real, because he's trying to get put, Boston Breach are trying to get pushed on forward, maybe spawn them out towards old P2, but pretty much find all the time.
About 40 seconds from that, so if you're Breach, right?
Rentor's able to cut down another 2, so a lot of map position right now for Miami Heretics to work with.
Map position, trying to turning into time, but that map position, its players getting blocked. Gunfight wins for Purge and Awakening, puts the pressure to Rancor and Super, and the rookies step up to the plate. Still gonna be Super fighting from the point. His trophy is active, and you hear it eating everything. Metals can't find the angle. Super has had a hell of a life here. Like the 30 or so seconds in the Hardpoint to bring this back to basically a tie game.
And while you were waiting on Real, he was going on a route. He was through the middle of the map, through P1. They were just making sure he didn't flip spawns, but they had to wait for him. They had to play their life because they knew the flood was through Restaurant. And well, I mean, what a P3, just you're only down 2. Plus you have P4 spawns. Miami Heretics needed a response. after the first couple of hills, you get one there.
Yeah, I mean, perfect P2 for Breach. Maybe an even better P3 from Heretics. And as you said, you set up now for 4th. Maybe finding a timing or an opening through is going to be Purge. I think he found his opening straight towards the point, but yeah, Rancor wins the fight, so you keep position around the hard point. And then you get blessed with spawning right behind him. Oh, that is tough. Purge spawns in behind, he gets right into the point.
Yeah, I think that's maybe just with Super all the way pushed up. And well, it doesn't really matter. Super backs on up, finds a double.
Big read.
And now he's on the hill. Yeah, nice little play there from Miami Heretics because the game blessed Boston.
I mean, sometimes that happens to this Heretics team. We'll see it on like Vault. Like they'll play really aggro and it'll lead to spawns in behind. That one just looks tough on the map because like you just win the one-on-one against Purge and he just plops 10 feet behind you to shoot you in the back. But a brilliant stretch through 3 and 4 is going to be Heretics now with the lead.
We talked about the streak in map number 1. Super should be close because he had so much hill time, objective time. Yeah, he's gonna be a kill or 2 away. He's playing for it on 5 in a row. Well, maybe going to find it here. Does get taken down right after that, so it will be close. But Heretics, they fight on towards this P5.
Yeah, I mean, this is 3 straight hard points. Breach have got to stop the bleeding. He needs some positive moment where this one's gonna get away from him. If the kills continue to go the way of Heretics, Purge's multi, unfortunately, a little bit too late if they don't come away with anything. Heretics up about 40, looking to tie this series up to get us to a map 5. Let's hear the comms now with Miami Heretics.
Te abren azul, ¿vale?
Falta Cami, que voy abierto medio. Voy a abrir burger, ¿vale? Voy a abrir burger lento. Nacen swap, ¿vale?
Vengo, estoy colgado, juro, Miguel Nupi. Apenas tu derecha. Me digo un tiro, ¿vale? Digo un tiro.
Muerto.
Derecha conmigo.
¡Muerto!
Vale, ya está a punto.
Un tiro.
Es el último.
No.
Voy por 5 super. Te van a ir mis pilas.
Van a ir mis pilas y comics ya.
Azul contigo, ¿vale?
Sí,
Vale, estoy pushing, falta uno.
Sí, estoy yo. Voy a burger,
Me estoy dando azul. Vale.
Tengo yo el pince doble,
Seguramente
¿vale?
haya visto derecha, bro.
Va a estar en azul el tío, ¿vale?
Va mi pilar.
Tengo que tener mi
Me
patio.
va a pillar roto.
Va mi pilar patio, muerto. Vale,
Falta uno, Cami.
Roto, azul.
Vale.
Full, una bala. Muerto.
Nice.
Tú suma.
Sí.
Tengo el patio.
Tengo la derecha yo, ¿vale?
Tengo el cruce izquierdo, ¿vale?
Patio, izquierda y derecha, otra derecha.
Una bala, muy tocado,
Vale,
son
tú,
dos,
me da
son dos
tiempo,
más.
me da
Ha
tiempo.
ido
He
de 5
naciado,
ya. De 5 ya. Nacen en swap, perdón.
El team spawn.
Voy contigo, Chema.
Le puedo sacar el todo. Azul muerto, aquí está. Azul muerto.
Voy a cortar la cara, ¿vale, Chema? Tengo de cara el nuevo, ¿vale? Tengo de cara entero. Tengo de cara entero. De cara ya muerto.
Tiene naranja, vamos a caer Nupi. Puedes estar aquí.
Era ese.
Vale. Pues está la guardia de Nupi. Tengo yo
Puede
el
estar
team
en F5, ¿vale?
Me tengo el chal de
Tiene cara
naranja.
tú, super.
Tengo dentro naranja.
Van fondo.
Naranja dentro ya.
De cara otro, tocado.
Una bala. Falta
¿Quién
una
otro?
dos.
Una bala literal.
Sale si quieres, Chema, sale si quieres.
No voy a echar azul.
Estoy neado.
Bro, we go back to like the first P2, and it's probably 150 to 40 advantage to Heretics. They are up 100. Everyone just blew up the Simtex from medals. Finally into the point go Breach.
I was thinking the same thing. Well, they're close to 60 points after that second hill. It's been all Miami since then. I mean, Rancor stepped up. You had multiple 5 sprees from Super, doing it with the sub. But yeah, Slaying, once again, just so one-sided in this hard point.
Yeah, maybe where you could keep it scrappy on Hacienda like we talked about. It's just so tough to do here on Rewind. They're just getting blown out. Breach gonna need some sort of miracle here if they're gonna bring it back. We've seen some insane comebacks on this particular map because you can chain points together. But it was the 3-4 chain for Heretics that really led to this lead, and they're looking to do it again. Last time it was Super from this position. This time it'll be Real. Super and Real have been terrific. Rancor right there with them. Your big 3 putting in numbers.
I mean, Super's doing it again. He's got both guns, and he is just locking down the middle of the map. And when you see number 2's position there inside a store, you know the rest of the Boston Breach are just flooding the street. That's their only option. So, I mean, it is just a blender. It is Boston death on this road.
Yeah, that's gonna be another streak for Real. They are taking over, closing it out, 20 away for getting this to a monumental map 5 for top 3. Real can do no wrong right now. Only thing he doesn't have is bullets in his damn gun. Otherwise, the streak may have continued. But he's got the streak in his back pocket to work with. They're set up inside. Once again, 3-4. Brilliant out of Heretics.
Can't ask for anything better. I mean, just so good from Miami. Awakening's trying to do what he can. But yeah, 26 from Super, 28 from Mentor, 28 makes it 30 from Real. It's another double from him, makes it a triple. But the guy is a highlight machine. Map 5, here we come.
We go the distance in our first winners semi. Heretics backs up against the wall in that hardpoint, but listen, the hardpoint improvements have been a big part of why this team has been a little less one-dimensional than maybe when they first had Super come in. There had been the subtle improvements through the respawns. When the search and destroy clicked right away, now they can get it done in any number of ways, and they get it to their search pick for the map 5. But wow, what a map on Rewind. That was, dude, yeah, from that first P2 on, it is just all Heretics, bro.
Yeah, they had
slamming.
Yeah, it's literally what it was. You can see the scoreboard, just very one-sided.
Slamming.
So we get to that map 5, but if you're a Boston Breach team, you were just here yesterday. You got to the game 5.
Bro, I mean, if Breach win this series, you know, like the breaking point, like photos that go out, like the stats, it's gonna look insane if Breach win this series, because they got outslayed by 20 in the map 1. I think outslayed by 30 plus there. 2-3-5 though can get it done. The question is, can they get it done on Proto? 130-point victory for Heretics there in the map 4. It was a nail biter on Hacienda. Not really much biting of the nails there on the map 4. That was just terrific superstar performance out of Heretics, and they get us the distance. Thoughts on the map 5?
It should be an interesting one, man. You know, red card was open, but we know how good Boston's been there. So Miami, they go for protocol. They don't play a lot of protocol. And then on the Boston side, you haven't won it on the year. It's usually one you normally veto. You're like 0-3. So both of these squads in like single-digit reps when it comes to protocol in matches.
Well, brother, that's been like the story of this weekend.
No, I know.
Haven't beat somebody so far this year. Haven't won this map in mode so far this year. And the magic is happening here in Canada. We go to the map 5. We're battling for top 3. Will it be Breach? Will it be Heretics at home and in the venue? Do not go anywhere. We're back with the action in a couple of minutes.
Come on, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's go.
The Scuffed Call of Duty collection is $30 off this weekend only. Visit scuff.co/CDL to upgrade your game with a Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
Monster Elite Hydra, please.
Holy.
Cerca del... El otro tiene que estar por el under, creo.
Going alley.
No en el Eli, Go, eso es, joder. Bueno, Javi, coño. Madre mía.
Nice try, man.
Oh. I calmed it, dude. I said, like, wait for that. I know she, man. I know she.
Second tick is done. Abizi is cheesing. Abizi is cheesing. That is filth. Series isn't over yet. FaZe now a chance to smile.
The 2025 Boston Breach Team Pack is available right now. Each pack includes home and away operators, as well as this spray to help you blend the competition. Next time you boot up, suit up at the in-game shop.
Here we go, map 5, ready to roar. Boston Breach. Well, your first mean green team trying to move on to a top 3. We got one more match after this tonight to close out day 2 of champs, but all the focus on Heretics, on Breach. Heretics, can you ride the momentum of that monumental domination in the map 4? If you're Breach, can you just brush it off and bring it back? And well, they showed they can do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we always talk about with God, right? You go from this very quick, fast-paced, aggressive hardpoint game mode to a slow it down if you want.
Yeah.
And a little,
Proto, I mean, we'll see a little of both.
Search and destroy.
But I mean, the combo really is, we haven't seen a lot of Proto out of either of these teams. Like, are we going to see something special? It's been prepped this last month. This one been put in the bag for these teams. First Miami this season, Boston 4-0, but they haven't won this particular map and mode on the year.
No, it's normally their auto veto, right? 0-3 on the year. But on the other side, it's not something you played a lot of, even with the addition of Super. Only put it like 6 times on the year. But we'll see. I mean, yeah, you know going into this tournament, it's going to be an option.
All right, map 5 for all the marbles. For guaranteed top 3 and a big chunk of that $2 million pie.
It's a nice pie.
Yeah, it's a big old pie. Plant in early here for Breach. Snoopy showing his moves, and now we'll see if they can hold. They're not going to have the trophies here. So Heretics with some utility still. You see Metals got everything. Basically, I mean, for me, this is this. Can they connect with their nades? If they connect on some nades here, you're going to be in a great position. I think both teams hitting utility. Who's still left at the end of the fray? Trying to clutch up with Awakening Cammy. Awakening takes down one. Snap with damage into another. All on Cammy to make the play, and not able to get it done behind the utility. And the gunny Heretics take the round. That's later in this, and you have a trophy. Maybe it plays out differently, but the fact is you don't have it in round 1.
Yeah, I mean, well played there from Miami, and then the key was really like Awakening was lurking inside of the house. Like, there's a chance if someone oversteps or wants to drop down bottom zip, they die to him, give numbers to Boston, but you all drop platform, you go big door, and it is just, yeah, a barrage of nades that, well, it forced them to reposition. Well, and now you still have 2 alive, but the problem is you have to check the bomb. You have no idea if they've started to defuse. So Awakening and Cammy, they both had to fly and out numbers to Heretics.
Yeah, and with trophy, you probably play that tighter if you're Breach, but you're scared to play it tighter without a trophy. Beautiful break from Heretics now offensively with their own trophies. They'll start to move out and look for openings. Right in through big door they go. Metals with a great first blood on to Purge here early. That'll be numbers, and eventually a plant here.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out where that was. I think that was in house.
Nice nade.
But yeah, Metals gonna find that first blood on a Purge. Big playmaker, Snoopy now trying to go. But he's by his lonesome. Nobody else is there to help him. Maybe just trying to catch them on the bomb. And, well, you start to maybe see early why this is normally an auto veto here for Boston.
I think that nade just got hit, and he thought maybe he gets lucky. So that nade, I think, took like 2 players to half HP. At least that's my guess. He's
just gotta go.
Hoping I can get a bullet or 2 into a couple players.
Yeah, but it was really on Purge. I think he was trying to get towards, bottom house, just make a play through top mid, but he gets caught by Metals. So nice first blood there for him. And, well, how many first deaths did he have in that too? 5?
He had 5 first deaths, and every single first blood was the way of Boston Breach and Hacienda. So far, both first bloods the way of Heretics. So advantage there, improvements there. Very different maps. for these squads, but Boston Breach are in need to find some success and find some success soon. Purge plays the angle, and I think he thinks he got joked. It looks like he was mind blown in the cam. Real puts him in the dirt.
It doesn't look like Real has an angle, right, to even put shots into him. And well, now another first blood. You think you have the read, and well, unfortunately, doesn't work out there for Persian Boston.
In a whole lot of trouble early. Just never having numbers and getting shut down, all on Awakening 1v3. Sometimes he gets powered up from this position, but in a lot of trouble. He's shooting though. Eventually put down. Through 3 rounds, you only have 3 kills for Boston Breach. They need kills, and they need them early in rounds.
Yeah, well, again, a lot of the times in their search and destroys, they rely on the playmaking ability of Persian Snoopy. On red cards, on Haciendas, on Protocol, it's just a lot different. There's not a lot of options, and even in the couple of options of the good reads by Persian, Real just puts him to sleep.
Yeah, no, his camera, he looked absolutely mind-blown. He lost that. Just got cameraed out of his socks with a little slide and pop-up. 3 straight for the big 3. Super, Rancor, Real. Right into it, nearly catching one. Just the damage ain't gonna be enough. Snoopy able to get one. It's a brilliant one. The trophy's gonna take one as well. Real does get a kill, but you're in a bit of trouble. Finally, a first blood for Snoopy and this Boston Breach team. This is a round you have got to win. You have numbers, you back them out of the site. You cannot allow the super rookies. It's just weird to call them super rookies, but super. The fantastic rookies to clutch up from this spot.
Well, yeah, plenty of time to work with. Boston, they're just going to roll together as a trio. Oh, what's a super find? Rentor a little bit behind him. He is right on their heels, but the problem is his teammate gets caught. Super now in a 1 versus 2.
9 HP, wiggling away like a worm. Under 30 seconds now to go. Bomb got dropped by Rancor, so he's going to have to recoup that and look to clutch. It'd be a 1v3 if he can get it done. Does he read it close? Gets eyes on him. Keep up. Cammy gives that one away. One more for the Chow. Snap isn't there. Breach needed it desperately, and they'll get the round.
I mean, he has the read on it, but Cammy just does enough damage to give Awakening the advantage in the gunfight. Stays patient, doesn't get caught sprinting. Nice little snap on the Super.
No, I think you put that perfectly. So the only way you lose that is you get caught sprinting. Make sure that's not the case. So far, whoever's gotten the first blood has taken the round. Slow start for Breach, but the fact is you've gotten started. Now can you do it on offense? You've been shut down your last 2 tries. They go off the flat, and that is a first pick quickly. Purge able to stay up, though. The guys bring it back, so this time you don't get the first blood, but you've got numbers, and then you don't. Cammy's going to get dropped 2 versus 2. Plant is in.
Well, you're fast on this. Metals and Rentor, they're both down bottom zip already. So they know they didn't cross, and then, well, you still have this done. A nade as well. You have the advantage, but it doesn't matter. 1 versus 1. Rentor, Snoopy Rentor with the double. Stays patient, catches him on the jump up.
I don't think he tries to get up that high, or like he was just trying to jump peek it maybe and not mantle.
I think so too. Yeah.
That just didn't look like he wanted to do it. I mean, 30 HP, I didn't think that was the play. Oh, that is a frustrating one if you are Boston Breach. The fact that Purge gets you the first through the stun, I think that might win it for you. But they get good damage into Snoopy, and an awkward engagement from him as he hops up. Yeah, he's just trying to like...
bunny hop, yeah.
Gets like the bomb hop and bunny hop and peek. Not good, but he mantles the whole way out. That's just free. That is not what he's trying to do.
It was looking good right through Platt. They were able to catch a timing. They had the 2 versus 3, but you were so fast. If you were Metals and Run for through Grandmas and just, yeah, able to zip on down.
Heretics 2 rounds away from the top 3. This time, Purge gets a little revenge. First blood, and Real's gonna get shut down.
Well, yeah, they just didn't see him cross there. So, yeah, you saw the stun go out, but Purge was already through. So a freebie for him, and he is gone.
And his job is play his life, be a nuisance, just not get caught so they can hold numbers. You see Super trying to sniff this out, and it looks like he's going to. So well played there by Super, and that's just not a play that can happen for Purge. You cannot die there.
Just don't need, you don't need to do anything else. You already have the first blood. Play with your team. Play by the numbers. Like what they do on Hacienda so well. Instead, tries to get crafty. Maybe starting to feel the pressure a little bit.
Yeah, to like make a play. You already made the play though. 3v3. Time dwindling. We're exploring the map. Setting up deep will be Super.
Well, they look at the cross, but I don't think Awakening sees anything. So bombs being planted. They have no idea. They thought a couple of players checked this. Just the timing doesn't work out, but Cammy is able to catch Rentor.
Big pick, 3v2. Very winnable round. Awakening gets another. Those two, when they're winning gunfights, make this team so much more of a threat. Now Metals, can he ride it up? Can he pounce for the clutch? 1 versus 3, no pounce to be had. He'll be sniffed out and dropped. That is a massive 3v4 for this Breach team.
And yeah, we didn't see where Rentor gets picked. You had Super all the way back to back cannon.
Oh, sorry, massive 3v3 after you threw away the number, sorry.
When you're thinking maybe Super's gonna catch them, but yeah, just the ARs were ready for that next gunfight. So good finds there from Awakening and Cammy.
Yeah, no, that got planted. They were like, huh?
Yeah, I think it was Awakening watched the one cross. Snoopy was like mid-gun watching the cross. They just didn't see anything B.
Can he do it on offense, though? You got a couple of defensive round wins. This is where you have to find some success, or you're not winning this.
Going for it.
Going forward and getting through clean. Similar like the round 1, but they didn't have trophies in the round 1. This time you're going to have trophies for coverage.
This has been the standard for Miami, but they've just been so quick through house. So they're going to clear both floors. You're waiting on Metals. And well, you have the RC char. You're running away from that. They're going to drop down, and Cammy's going to get the kill. He is a one shot.
Bro, that's a win and a half. Oh my God. That's a terrifying moment for Cammy. He's got a car going for his forehead. You get the first blood. Can he close it out? Metals brings it back.
Just not a lot of time.
Snoopy, nice win. Last guy is Metals. Snoopy closes it out with 2, but that's on Cammy. Through the car, fire, flame, and smoke, wins the one-on-one to start them all.
I mean, I cannot believe that. Yeah, maybe Real just, with all the smoke in his face, doesn't really spot him, but the backslide there. It gives them the numbers, and if you're gonna give up that bomb plant, you need numbers, or at least to be equal. Yeah, here's Cammy, and I'm assuming just, I don't know, yeah, Real just not see him?
Well, he probably had another chow. It looked like he was squaring up on another gunfight as he slid out. So it's good repositioning there from Cammy. Good help right from a teammate out towards bomb site. Back-to-back rounds for Breach. First offensive round win, and now they're within a round. Heretics will take their crack at the offense. Able to get right in. Trophy's gonna be destroyed early. Real's gonna hunt him down, and there is a team kill from a nade. That's going to be a frustrating one. We're going to see if it ends up mattering.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to catch Awakening now 3-on-3. Maybe trying to catch them quickly on the bomb. Nobody's on it. 2 versus 1, though. Well, Real, he is out through Spiral.
Real, 1 versus 2. And it feels like, wow, you need this clutch. This would be 3 straight rounds to Breach. Real finds the timing. Does he find the gunny? He sure as hell does not. Snoopy started out like 1 in 5. He's now 6 in 5 on 5 straight. 3 plants to go with it. Snoopy turn it up here in the map 5. Breach turn it up in the map 5. We're all square off the 3 straight. We're tied 4-4.
And yeah, the first blood just gets thrown away. Teammate on a Rentor.
Yeah, I don't know what happened exactly there.
And then you don't want to get caught on the bomb when you don't have numbers. Boston were just so fast. Still had utility to work with. Trades worked out in their favor. And as you said, all tied up.
Deeper and deeper we go in a monumental map 5 for these 2 organizations, the champs. Snoopy, the hero as of late, 5 straight.
So look at this, you're not showing, but look at Purge. Purge's already behind 2. He's behind 2.
Hello! No, the second gunfight gets away from him, but he gets 1. He wants that one back. Snoopy, though, is just going to hit it.
The
Just
timings
push it
are
out,
so odd.
isolated. You win the next fight as well, and suddenly it's just Rancor. Rookie of the Year is slamming. Beautiful shots there onto the first. Sun's going to hit. I thought he had a chance, but he shut down 4 straight rounds for Breach. Round away from a winner's final.
And that setup just gets broken down there by Boston Breach. I mean, obviously you want it to be cleaner from Purge. Well, what happens then is another player gets through the bomb site. Real thinks he has the cross. He does not. So you can see the setup here, right? Real's over towards platform.
Oh, he lost aim assist
yeah,
completely.
just losing some aim assist. But yeah, as he's going, you start to push on through. You already crossed, and Real doesn't know it yet, right? He sees one, doesn't know about the second.
One more round. Or maybe 2. Heretics try to get to the round 11. Here we go. Snoopy with another pick. 7 straight for Snoopy. Metals needs to come up with something. Maybe takes one. The nade gets damaged in, but he can't get through. The cross can be shut it down. Super.
Someone's on the flame. Red Tor's on the flame.
Away.
Red Tor's on the flame. Through Spiral already.
Oh, hello. Beams.
They don't have bomb.
For the 2v3. I think I stopped breathing. Here we go. Slide out and Chow. Rancor guns 1v1. Heretics take it. Let's go to round 11.
Just so active are both of these teams, and there's the switch up. You send Rancor through top middle, and he just finds a timing. The pressure is on. You're playing deep corners. You don't think it's an option. You think all 4 players, you know, drop bottom zip, but Rancor, he stays calm, goes Spiral, finds the first pick, waits for Super. They both win their ones.
You've got a lot of young players on this stage, and their hearts are pumping. Round 11 here at Champs.
Yeah, we're forgetting the bomb. Nerves are here.
Without question.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, he was on 7 straight. I wondered if he got it. He did. If Purge gets the blood, Streak is going to be in as well. Everybody from Heretics is going to be scrambling.
You have to go in if you're Rancor. Yeah, he's going to die.
Purge has got 2. 4v2 for Boston Breach.
For top 3.
It's all on Metals and Super to try and clutch up in the 2 versus 4. Okay, Metals fine. Able to get one, but quickly traded out. It's all going to be on Super. His position given up. It's on the Phenom to take out 3, but Computer Controls is all to Breach, and they are 1 man away from putting years of pain and misery in the CDL to rest with a guaranteed top 3 here at Champs. Just dancing, toying with Super. He's got to go, pistol out, finds a sub to work with. They're all in front, but he will drop. And Boston Breach, it's the top 3 at Champs. What is this event?
Wow. 2-3-5, the formula for Boston Breach.
The Boston Neslos.
Well, the big difference is, yes, they've been a great Surge team, but their control, it's been so up and down throughout the year. Well, to start, it was awful. But recently, it's been up and down, but they have now taken down LADs into control. They've now taken down Miami Heretics into control. And now they're going to have a date with either Toronto Ultra or Optic.
Man, they're real familiar with round 1 upsets, and then the pain of just kind of getting bopped out of tournaments. Not happening here, though. It is all smiles. It has been a rough stretch for this organization. Yes, it's a bounce back year. They get some respectable placements. They make it to a Champs, but nobody saw this top 3 coming.
They just don't know. I don't think they know that it has a Hellstorm. Well, obviously, Real.
I was wondering, because he went on 7 straight. Honestly, I meant to ask at one point for the observers to check, and I just forgot to ask. The second he's tucked away, though, I'm like, oh, he's got one.
Well, and then, yeah, you try to just go quickly if you were out through top middle, but yeah, Purge wins that gunfight that time. And you're trying to follow that up for the trade, but then it's like, I'm dead.
Yeah, I have no
to
choice.
Just jump into this window. Yeah, I'm screwed.
What a turnaround from Snoopy, though. He was 1-5 to start. Then he begins to take over. Maybe not the map out of Cammy, but he had the damage there. He's setting up his teammates with 6 assists that will lead the lobby, and Purge calling game with 3 first bloods and sealing it to put them in a 4v2 in the last round. And listen, man, I don't know what's happening. Like, I feel like there's been more upsets this tournament than we've had this year.
You have LADs already eliminated. You have FaZe, Miami, Surge, all